Okay, today we're going to look at the end of the Cold War. Yay. Background, look at that, scary. Both internal problems and external pressure caused the collapse of the communism and of the Soviet Union. Questions, two of them for this one. How did internal problems affect the collapse of communism in the Soviet Union? And what was President Ronald Reagan's role in the collapse of the Soviet Union? The hows and whys, look at those tanks, scary. Internal problems of the Soviet Union are our first sets of hows and whys. The first one is increasing Soviet military expenses to compete with the United States. Next, rising nationalism in Soviet republics. In other words, the Soviet Union was made up of a bunch of countries, some not so willing to be part of this union. So as these countries remembered their nationalism, they started to want to pull apart. Fast-paced reforms, the birth of a market economy. In other words, the communism was giving way to forms of capitalism, which was tearing apart their power. And economic inefficiency. Communism didn't work. 24 million people died under the Soviet Union. And just really bad. Then this guy, Mikhail Gorbachev, comes along, introduced two policies, glasnost and perestroika. Glasnost means openness. See, it's like glass. You can see through it. It's openness. And perestroika was a form of economic restructuring where they allowed people to kind of start doing capitalism. There he is. All right, there's the Berlin Wall, and you see the East German soldiers looking through to a free West Berlin. The role of President Ronald Reagan. Reagan challenged the moral legitimacy of the Soviet Union. For example, in a speech at the Berlin Wall, he made the very famous quote, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." He referred to the Soviets as the evil empire, adding a good versus evil element to this struggle. Furthermore, Reagan increased military and economic pressure on the Soviet Union. In the 1980s, we decided, hey, we can build better military weapons than they have, and eventually they'll have to fold. So this is when we introduced things like the Humvee, the Black Hawk helicopter, the Apache, the Paladin mobile gun platform, the M1 Abrams tank, and then Reagan even said he wanted this, Star Wars. But the Star Wars he wanted actually looked more like that, which is not nearly as cool as that. Anyway, I hit a button. That's why we remember Reagan like that. Good day.